What's up, guys? It's Amir here, and today I'm going to be going over my 8 EMA trend continuation model, the easiest model that you can possibly use as a trader is the ATCM, which is the 8 EMA trend continuation model. I've been using this since I started trading, and it's been super profitable for me. And it's very easy to find entries, and you can catch on very quickly. It's just one simple indicator, which is the 8 EMA. Well, you can't see that, but it's the 8 EMA right here, which is this one simple line. And I've used it to make plenty of money as a trader. And we're gonna go over how you can find entries easily with this model. And I'm gonna do this in 10 minutes, and you'll be able to really understand how to catch easy trend continuation trades and catch these lower highs and lower lows if you are going with the bearish trend, or the higher highs and higher lows if you're going with the bullish trend. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing is, if we go to indicators and we type in EMA, then I'm on TradeMe currently. So you'll go with the moving average exponential. And then once you click on that, it'll appear right here. So I'll go ahead and delete this one. So this is the one that just appeared. And then whenever you have it appear, it will be set to 9 automatically. But we're gonna go ahead and go to source, change the length to 8, and then boom, you're set up. And then you can change the color to whatever you want. I have it as green because that's how I've been trading it. I've been using green ever since I started. But yes, that's the first step, just simply having a 8 EMA on your chart, and then that's all you need to get set up. So second thing we're gonna do is go ahead and find a trend. And the easiest way to find a trend is to use this 8-length exponential moving average, which is the 8 EMA for short. But this was actually today. Today is December 17th, and I'll be uploading it on December 17th. So you know that this was today. And me and my members, we ended up catching a very nice trade going to this downside easily. We were in and out within 5 minutes total all across those two trades. And we went 2-0 for the day, and it went really well. So we ended up hopping on the charts at 10:30, and then whenever I went live, we immediately seen a nice setup going to the downside here off of this rejection, and then we ended up getting in, and then we just rode it to the downside, and then that was it. So with these rejections, we want price to we always want some type of pullback to the 8 EMA to confirm respect for this trend. So for example, we have to the downside here, we have lower highs and lower lows being formed under this 8 EMA, which signals a strong bearish trend going to this downside. Let me just go ahead and go to market replay here, since we did hop on at 10:30. But yes, we wanted to see lower highs and lower lows being formed under this 8 EMA. And then if we can look back at 7:15 a.m. or 7:10 a.m., well, honestly, 7:05 a.m. Central Standard Time, this whole time it's been under this 8 EMA pretty much. And then whenever we took this trade, we were able to conclude that since we've had lower highs and lower lows, whenever we made this other lower high, we can predict that price is going to continue to this downside and then make another lower low, and then it'll hit our take profit. And then if we go ahead and play it, then we're going to see that it continue to make lower lows as well. So once price does make these lower highs and lower lows under the 8 EMA for this bearish trend, then we need two things to happen. So the two things that we need price to do is first to either wick over the 8 EMA or simply just near this 8 EMA equilibrium zone, which is just the zone that's surrounded around this 8 EMA for simple short terms. And then the second thing we need is for price to either just simply close under the 8 EMA, or if we have indication that price has been already closing under this 8 EMA, we just simply need signs that it will close under the 8 EMA when it's all said and done. And once that happens, then we'll be able to get signals that this is a trade that we can get in and it's a profitable trade. So let's go ahead and fast forward one candle. And sorry, that's two candles, but let's go ahead and go back to that one candle. So if we go to that one candle, we see that price came to the 8 EMA right here. And then once that happened, it ended up coming back down. And this is the exact trade that we ended up taking today. A price came to this 8 EMA. We didn't let it close. We just simply wanted to see that it comes to this 8 EMA and then still respect it and then form some type of wick. And if we zoom in, if we end up zooming in onto this candle, we can see that price ended up wicking right here over this 8 EMA. and then price ended up becoming weak to the upside, and then and it ended up closing under right here. But like I said, we didn't even let it close. We just simply wanted to see a price come to the upside, stop going to the upside, and then come back under this 8 EMA. And like I said, it all depends on what the market is doing. Since you're looking at this video and you don't really know exactly what you're looking for, I would recommend just simply just letting the candle close first, which is the best confirmation you can get. However, like I mentioned in a little bit before I talked about this, price has been under this 8 EMA and respecting the 8 EMA since 7:15 this morning. So we ended up hopping on over 3 hours later, and it's still under this 8 EMA, respecting it. So we've had numerous rejections: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and this is now the 14th rejection. So I can come to a valid conclusion that once it comes to this 8 EMA one more time, it's going to simply just come to the 8 EMA, respect it, and then come back to the downside and then hit our take profit. And that's essentially what happened today. We ended up hitting our take profit super quick because price came to this 8 EMA, wicked slightly over it, and then came down to close right here, and it ended up hitting our take profit. So even if you would have just simply just waited until the close happened, we ended up entering with 150 ticks, take profit and stop loss. So even if we would have just simply waited until price came to that 8 EMA and then made a clean rejection off of it and then closed, we would have still hit this trade. Let's just go ahead and play this out. Just go ahead and put it right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we would have hit it right here. And it was a pretty small take profit. And I was telling my chat I should have put a bigger take profit and stop loss, but it was respecting it so much to the point where it made it easy to just find an entry and then just hit our take profit super quick. And even if you continue to play it out, it still continued to this downside some more. So this is an example of a bearish trend trade that we ended up taking, and we ended up taking 2 of them and they both hit today. So let's use another example, but this time I'm going to go ahead and go bullish. So we can use this example here and just catch the trend here. But I'm going to use this one to show an example of the time frames that you trade. You don't always have to trade the 5-minute. I get on a lot of 5-minute trades, but there's plenty of trades where I trade on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 15-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, even the hour time frame. But I don't usually go over anything from there. So we have a trend to this upside, and it continues to the upside. But right here we have consolidation, and let's just say that you end up hopping on the charts around this time. So if we go to the 1 hour, there will be more rejections and more trade opportunities to enter. The only thing that you have to understand is that the lower the time frame, the lower amount of tick value that you should be risking, because the trend depending on what time frame you trade will be more sensitive, and it will be like, for example, if we go to the 1 minute we're on December 16th at 11:40 p.m. So let's go there. December 16th at 11:40 p.m. Okay, so we're at December 16th at 11:40 p.m. So we hop on the charts at this time, and as we've seen on the 5-minute, there was respect for the 8 EMA, but there was no pullbacks for us to actually judge whether or not this trend is strong. So what we do, since the EMA was around here, but price was hovering around this area, once we go to the 1 minute, then we're able to see that that the EMA is right here, but price is coming back down to make higher highs and higher lows over the 8 EMA. So we can basically judge the fact that since it's making these pullbacks, we can end up trading one of these pullbacks and riding it to the upside. So I was saying that the trend will be more sensitive the lower the time frame that you trade. And with that being said, since it's more sensitive, you have to target less of that trend, because if it end up breaking that 8 EMA, then we still need to be able to catch the trend of this time frame before it ends up hitting our stop loss. So once you get practice with this, it's super simple to trade. For example, we have higher highs and higher lows be formed over this 8 EMA, numerous higher highs and higher lows. many entry opportunities is going to the upside, and we have numerous rejections off this 8 EMA. So if we zoom in, let's go ahead and zoom in. Rejection here, rejection, 3 rejections here, 4 rejections, hovering over the 8 EMA, still respecting it. Numerous rejections right here, like numerous trade opportunities that you can use to get in, whether if you let the candle close or you just wait until it comes to the 8 EMA and then just signal that it's still going to continue to the upside. Either way, it's still respecting this 8 EMA, and there's numerous trade opportunities there. So it's really easy to find trades with this model. You're gonna just need to be patient. That's the biggest thing with trading overall. Just being patient, just waiting until your setup occurs. If you see that price is looking like this, where it's not necessarily respecting the 8 EMA, it's looking like consolidation, but it's really not consolidating because it's still trading to this downside, right? So if you see that it's looking like this, just go to a higher time frame, and then once you go to the higher time frame, you'll see that price is respecting its 8 EMA, and we even have a break right here. But if we go to even higher time frame, let's say the 10-minute, we'll see even more respect on this 8 EMA. So very great strategy to trade, and you can find numerous entries. And the great thing that I love about my strategy is that you can get in and out depending on what time frame you trade. The higher time frames the higher the time frame, the longer that you will be in a trade, because you will need more room. And then you put your stop loss. You will be putting your stop loss over this 8 EMA. So let's say I'm taking a short position at this rejection. You will be putting it over this 8 EMA so you can give cushion. So just in case it does break on this specific EMA, then you'll always have cushion to go on a different 8 EMA. So this was a bad example, but let's just say that because price really pushed down right here, so that's not a good example. But let's just go back to this 15-minute. Let's just say that you are going into a trade on, let's just say right here. You get into a trade right here. You don't wait until it closes, but you end up trading right here, and then you take an entry right here. So it ends up breaking through this 15-minute 8 EMA, and then ends up coming back to the upside, and then end up hitting the take profit. But you still want to give it enough room in order for you to actually still have enough breathing room for it to come to the downside. Because if we come to the 45-minute on that same area, then it came back down to this 8 EMA equilibrium zone, ended up rejecting off of it, and then coming back to the upside to hit our take profit. So these are just examples, and there's numerous examples that of a good 8 EMA trend continuation model setups. It's very super simple model that you can learn super quick. All you need to do is just have time, put some time into learning it. I won't take too long. My members learn it super quick, and they start profiting with it super quick. So if you do want to join my Discord, go ahead and click the link in my bio, and then you can join it right there. But for practicing this model, make sure you stay disciplined with any strategy that you trade. It doesn't matter if it's my model or another model. You need to be disciplined with your setups and trade it the same way every single time. So if you know that price is choppy, don't take any trades. If you know that price is trending in one direction, don't try to catch a reversal. We're only going with the trend. If we see price going to the downside, then we're only taking bearish setups. If we see price going to the upside like this, then we're only taking a bullish setup. So keep that in mind. Use what I said and practice it. And then before you know it, you'll be able to trade this very effectively.